Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Blitz. It's our first show of the new year, and we have some familiar faces. We've got part of our Quaternity, the live stream from way back when, and Madhu is rejoining us. It's his first Blitz in a minute, so say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. It's been a while. It's good to see you all.
I don't have too many new announcements, I don't think, for the moment. If I do, maybe I'll remember as I play, but you guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Let's go.
let me share my screen. Always a source of great angst for me that I get this right. I hope everybody can see it. Oh, I thought somebody said something. Sorry. I probably overdid.
Yep, I said you're doing great.
Oh, thanks, honey. Thank you. All right, you guys ready? It's rotated for me because I'm white in the corner. Can I press start?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, beautiful. Good luck, everyone. Good game.
Good game.
Oh, it's me first. I didn't realize that. There we go.
Oh, yeah, I
It's been a
forgot
minute
about the bottom
anyway, to
corner
be
thing.
honest. So you're playing the fourth grader, Madhu? Is that what you said? You've got an opening
Yeah.
from a fourth grader?
So I've been playing Quaternity with some school kids at like my old school that I used to study at a million years ago, and they seem to have picked up the game really quickly, which I was a little surprised about. And I saw one of these young kids playing this opening, and it looked really interesting, and I was like, this I have to try. So I'm trying it now. And this is basically what they played.
Huh. Is it one person or is it a whole, is it like the entire fourth grade class? It's like, this is the opening we want.
Oh, no. This was just one person who was in fourth grade who was like, I understand the rules. Like, can you please stop lecturing me and just let me play? And then she was like, okay, great. These are my moves. And then she just played them. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to try that out now.
Interesting.
It's a very interesting setup, I will say.
Yeah, I opened it on the study board, and at first I was like, and then slowly I started to see actually there is a sort of interesting idea here. And
Yeah.
let's see how it pans out.
Okay, there we go.
Ooh.
I didn't want
Yeah.
I think I missed whatever you're oohing and ahhing about.
On the subject of openings, I have these moments where I'm just like, so I feel like at this point, it's well known that I have like a particular opening that like I've taken from Shreyas and like worked on and like that I use. But there are occasionally times like when Sabrina and I play together sometimes where I just go complete chaos. And one of these Blitz games, I'm going to do that. But I think it's going to end really badly for me. And that's what always stops me from doing it, is I'm just like, it's... You know, like when you're in public, you have to think about it a little bit, but one day maybe I'll have the confidence to just be complete chaos incarnate.
Yeah, I mean, ever since the rankings started and like we all get to see ourselves on the leaderboards, some of us are a little bit wary of doing completely unhinged things.
Yeah, some people have gotten boring.
Yeah. I tend to agree. But then sometimes that's the life of the party. And it's always fun to be the life of the party once in a while. Not too often, but once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to have that reputation for being someone who's like completely off their head, you know?
You don't?
Yeah.
Well, speaking for myself.
I mean,
I don't know if that's your way of being like, Priyanka, that ship sailed, or like
No. That would be funny. Like, you don't? No. I mean, like, generally, sometimes. All right, I will pitch in a second. I just want to figure out what I'm doing. Strange. Madre mia, what am I doing? No, because sometimes I wonder, one, it's more fun to be completely nuts. And then two, sometimes people are like, oh, she's crazy. If I do this, she'll totally sacrifice her queen and take mine along with it. So I shouldn't do that. So sometimes I feel like encouraging a reputation of being like floridly insane could be sort of protective. There's like a Tiffany Haddish like comedy sketch about, she's like, what's the way of like being safest? And it was like some neighborhood in like in LA. She's like, go out skipping at like 2 a.m. Nobody with like a bonnet on. Nobody messes with the person who's wearing a bonnet skipping at 2 a.m.
Whoa.
It's true.
Oh my God.
Uh,
It's always the quiet ones. So the rest of us are chatting to like all
I
heavens, and then
know.
Sabrina's just like, oh.
well, I have half a mind to go back to school next week and tell this poor kid what I think of her opening, but
Aw.
no,
Listen,
never,
she's
never.
in 4th grade and she hasn't done a bad job.
Oh no, she checkmated me. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't tell the whole story. I was playing like green, and I got checkmated. I mean, all things aside.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I was playing super KG. I was like, I need to teach these kids at like 80 moves, and I was just like gone. And they said, no, we can play the game. I was like, okay, fair enough.
No, but it's interesting because you're still quite protected. Every single piece that you have out is protected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually a pretty solid opening.
I mean, yeah, in a sense, if you ignore the 3 of you knocking on my door, it's pretty
I'm
solid.
not going anywhere. No, I'm trapping Sabrina. I'm being helpful.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say Nat is 100% helping you out, not Sabrina out.
It's fair.
Oh.
Oh, it's my turn.
Mm.
Yes. Indeed. You know, the only problem with like, oh, that's weird. Okay. The only problem with a set opening, when you get too used to it, I don't know if y'all have noticed this for yourselves ever.
I guess
Is spice. We're getting spicy up in this house. Is that it's easy to fall into that habit, right? And so like I often notice that once I have this down and I'm like, okay, I'm set up now. I'm just like, well, now what?
Yeah. No, I think Sabrina, your queen actually got trapped. I'm not sure it was anywhere it could. I mean, we can talk about it after the game, but I think after the bishop, your queen only had that to do, which is unfortunate, but you have a lot of play here, so it's okay.
Yeah. Ouch. I was evidently not paying enough attention there. Okay.
Oh no, because I really just wanted to take that horse. Now I have to deal with you. All right. I just don't want to do it. Aha! I sort of love this when somebody takes a pawn and just like marches it across the board, causing chaos.
Yeah. You've gotten pretty far just walking along that diagonal there.
Yeah, it's great. So much fun.
Oh, that's a good move.
Decide what I want. Can't decide. I don't know. I'm in here for now. I used to get squat when I lose one of my like central pawns. So like a smushed can.
Yeah.
Crumpled.
I guess it does.
This is a really interesting opening, Madhu. I can't get over how fascinated I am by it.
Yeah, I mean, I instantly take back what I said. This is actually really good. Like,
yeah.
I
Dude, this
feel
girl
kind
is
of
onto
comfortable.
something. This is
Shows how
wild.
much we have to learn from a bunch of 10 or 11-year-olds.
Always, dude. Always.
Do they play
Yeah.
online? And do they play
No,
online at
no,
all? Like,
no. So what I've been doing is I've been taking like 2 boards to school, like a few days a week in the morning, and we just sit like in the cafeteria or the amphitheater and we just play. And most of the time, I'm not even playing. I'm just doing commentary because the kids are very excited to absolutely destroy each other on the board. I mean, if you think any of us are like ever aggressive, they're aggressive. Like move 3, they're like exchanging pieces.
really? Do
Which
they
is-
play regular chess? Is that like a regular chess thing, or is it just a fourth grade thing?
But I mean, so some of them don't know what chess is, and some of them are like federated, like actual international level chess
Really?
players. Yeah, who play like international tournaments. So there's a mix.
Wow.
Yeah, and the fun thing about it is all the internationally rated kids like Quaternity because they can play it with their friends, but they can't play normal chess with their friends because they destroy them 100 times out of 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least
Interesting.
Quaternity, they're like, we can play. They do.
That's really cute. So I'm like trying to turn on the space heater and I realized I left it unplugged. That's brilliant of me. Oh.
Oh,
This is
no.
fun.
I think
Okay.
Okay, I am cramped in my space. This is no good.
Oh, I don't love that. Okay.
I think one of the most interesting things about your opener, Madhu, is that it is like you're very well protected, but your pieces are all also very mobile. Like I don't know, I feel like a lot of times I struggle with my rooks that they just kind of like get stuck in an area and it takes a lot of moves for me to be able to get them
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. So something super interesting about this is a super pawn moves on like the third move, which is very rare. I mean,
It's aggressive. Yeah.
it's now very well established in the overall Quaternity community that you don't move your super pawns unless you have to.
Yeah.
And here's this young person like move 3, I'm going to do it. Because
Yeah.
super interesting.
This is to reorganize myself and I'm not reorganized. I'm a mess. This is a complete mess. I don't know. I'm cramped. I have nonsensical moves to make.
You know, it's interesting because I think that I think in a sense I really love hearing about when you play these these kids, because oh my god, why does this keep happening? I think I'm doing too many things on my computer. Um,
Oh, good move.
there's something that's really unique about them, like, because it's a really interesting relationship because you're like an alumnus from that school. And so
That's
there's
right.
like this certain thing of like you being a senior, but on the other hand, they also are kids who are like there's that relationship, like you're a senior, but also we can do this thing. And so the way that they think about it is going to be influenced by all of these factors. And the fact that she just like chose to do that is like so cool to me.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't know I was an alumnus of the school.
Oh,
So
I see.
if
Okay.
that counts for anything.
Totally. Totally. Still, I mean, I'm very enthralled. Because it's interesting because you and I have played together a few times before, not a ton, but enough that I have a
Yeah, yeah.
sense how you play, and your game feels so different to me because of this, and it's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If it is, that's actually really nice. I I don't think I've noticed it while playing, but sometimes I do. It definitely has made me think a lot faster, not in terms of keeping time, but thinking faster, not necessarily moving faster.
Mm.
Um, for better or for worse, quaternity isn't so cut and dry that
Totally.
that's how it works. But
Totally.
Sorry. No one needs to hear me. My do singing in my head. Oh, people are really going for Priyanka today. Wow.
Oh, I didn't even.
Oh, well, maybe it'll be okay.
I don't think I'll be okay, but that's fine.
I mean, it's a bit of a tough situation.
Also, Natalie, people tend to go for me on these shows. Like literally the last 3
because you
episodes.
win every time.
I don't
Spoiler
win
alert,
every
you
time.
win.
You won the first time.
Right.
People just went for me anyway.
I think you see.
that's fair.
I think I finished. I don't know that I was actually like the winning, like the
I mean, by the points,
winner of the
you and I
game. You know what I mean?
saw, yeah, we drew. Sorry, but
Ooh.
hmm.
It'd be sort of fun. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like how in this show, like when somebody's like out, if there's a way they can like still sort of like participate with like little hints, or I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm getting very low on time, which is unfortunate for me.
Yeah,
Oh, that's stressful. That is stressful. Oh,
that is.
this has gotten quite fascinating.
It really has.
Yeah.
Felt quite boring. I've been a bit of a boring player, to be honest.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh, what happened? Oh,
shame.
time.
Ah,
Oh, I lost my
Sorry.
time.
That's enough.
mistyped. Ah, I'm sorry.
That is okay. It is my fault.
No, but you honestly, like, you had the game, so like you got it really interesting really quickly. So like,
Yeah,
wouldn't-
Yeah. It's fun. Good active participation.
very much so. It's the sort of
Thank
thing
you.
where like you really like I really meant what I said. It's like the quiet ones. You just like went in there and just like started. Y'all were like, if you're gonna be talking out here, I'm gonna be talking on the board. So like, sucks to be you. It was great. I loved it.
yeah.
Thanks.
That queen move absolutely terrified me. So I mean,
It was fun.
Yeah.
I saw it. It was I was like, oh man. I started questioning a lot of things, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Priyanka.
No, it's fine.
Oh, your bishop.
Yep.
I should have known it wouldn't have been that
Thanks,
easy.
Madhu.
Okay.
So kind of you.
Fair enough. Oh, great. And you get that rook that's going to annoy me too. Awesome. Okay. This is great.
Now for the big debate. Go for Madhu or try to collect more pieces in as greedy a fashion as possible.
Do you want opinions from the peanut gallery?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't do zombies ever because I find that I
Really?
just end up losing a lot of time doing that.
Yeah, they're tough. All right, I guess the decision's made, Madhu. So
All right. Well, I guess I'll have to somehow try my best.
No, but Madhu, like, you really have such a good defense up here.
yeah.
This kid, please tell her she's a genius from me. I'm so impressed.
Oh, will do. I mean, you don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah. I'm
You
definitely
tell
going to have
us
to go
on
back and
YouTube?
look at
Sorry,
this opener
I
again.
forgot it was me.
Yeah. What you doing there, Madhu? What you doing?
I am making a
What you doing,
desperate
dear?
attempt to try. Okay, all right. This I can somehow live with.
Nat, I'm not certain why you're not doing a particular thing, but
Probably because I don't see it. That's probably why.
is there
Okay.
I'm gonna shush.
Where's the pyramid?
Yep, that was what I was thinking.
Yeah. Initially I didn't see it, but I also like he's decently defended, to be honest. I
He
thought we
is,
might end up trading
but
some
that
points.
one was hanging like from your earlier move as well, and I was wondering. Yeah.
The usual tendency.
Oh, on earth
Oh, it's
did I
me.
do this?
Sorry, whoops.
Yeah. Okay.
You forget when it's only two people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Let me try here. This is when it's very obvious that I did not and do not play chess. I don't want to mirror that back.
Nat, what's your time?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. I think I'm stuck doing this. Look at that checkmate over there. Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was.
No, I didn't
it
realize
was-
that was a checkmate. Whoops.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
no, actually, that was the only thing because otherwise I had
Yeah.
mate and I was like desperately being like, if you give me one move that isn't a check, then I get checkmate on Sabrina's
Yeah, no,
frozen
I know. I had to
king.
keep you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, give me one move that's not check. And then I didn't get one, but I mean, well played. You just,
Yeah, very
yeah,
well played, Nat.
just wipe
Oh,
the floor
thanks.
with
I
us.
mostly got lucky because I bunched myself in a wad at the beginning while you guys killed each other, so it was rather boring. But thanks. Let's go back to this. Oh, you want to check out the opener?
Can I like I'm gonna whine for like a second in that I never do anything to anyone. I just sit in my corner quietly, and yet every game
win
for some reason people come after me. Like what? I'm just existing.
Well, let's see
You
what
do
everyone did.
generally, I feel like you frequently win, and like you're one of the strongest players. That might be why.
That is
And you're not like
blatantly
you don't
false. I am
try.
not very good. That is completely blatantly false.
Don't think that's true, but
No, but
in my
I
opinion,
mean,
it's not.
I'm looking around here and you have all your pieces for like a pretty long part of the game. So
I think around like 55 or 60 or something like that, people started coming for me. There was a point where Nat said it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people are going for you. There does seem to be a trick also. There's like certain players I sort of feel like manage to like hide in the board. Like you don't seem to like see
Notice them.
that's true. Yeah.
They tend to be very quiet players and more conservative, but somehow like you're just, even when they're like really like in the top like 20 on the leaderboard or top 10, you just like you don't seem to like see them because they're very quiet. So I guess the trick is being a more forward player who is not
Who's more
attacked.
invisible.
So I have no thoughts.
No, I'm trying to develop
idea how that would be
thing of
possible.
like being invisible but very good, and I'm not yet. I think
Yeah.
like I think I'm still at the point where I'm like quiet but very visibly quiet as opposed to invisibly quiet, if you know what I mean. So I'm like trying to get to the second thing.
The
Yeah,
invisible
that's true.
player.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to be like forward at all though and quiet, because I think once you sort of like once you're sort of out there like engaging with other players, people start coming for you.
No, but Anael, I feel like is very, very good at this kind of thing. I feel like I've played only one or two games with him and it's been a while, but the most recent game that I played with him a few weeks ago, like I felt like that was what he was doing, was he would come out and attack, but somehow it was so well strategized and so masterfully done that it was that sort of thing where like you didn't notice him until you had to notice him, and then you had no choice but to notice him because you were paying the price for something you didn't see. But like not in a rude way. It was very gentle. I don't know how he does it. It's wild.
Yeah, I've tried. Yeah, I've tried playing like the quieter and more conservative thing, and I mean, I'm sure there's a very obvious reason why, but I always hang like a major piece. I don't know why. Like I play 40 great moves, like thinking about like making sure it's like a fortress and everything's beautiful, and then I hang a knight, and it's just like I'm like,
At least you didn't hang a queen.
no, fine.
Yeah, it happens not.
But I'm like, if I'm gonna hang a
Yeah,
knight,
like-
does it matter if it's on move 12 after doing a few interesting things? If it's after move 70 after doing nothing? And I know this is really silly, but just for like, as you said, Natalie, like engaging with other players, I'm just like, okay, let's see what's up, and
Oh man.
just extending an invitation.
I really do want though, like maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's a lesson to learn from the ratings thing, is like after getting past the fact that, like you'll take a second of like, oh my God, people can see how good I am. And like, it is how good you are. Actually, I shouldn't have put them in airports. It is how good you are, because a lot of people put a lot of effort and practice into that. So acknowledging that and honoring that, of course, but also a lot of people play a lot and you see them on the weekly leaderboards as opposed to the overall leaderboards. All of that's great. But I do think that like for me, I think it was like a good lesson of like sometimes just be chaotic, go out and engage, and like don't be so quiet. And it's fine. Like I think I'm often
run around in your bonnet. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, like I'm often reminded of the thing of like one of the biggest reasons I used to be so quiet when I first started doing it is because I was like, then I'll lose less pieces, and then when then it's time to play more, like I'll have my thing. But at this point, I think I will agree with you that like I've gotten better enough that people remember that I'm like not half bad. And so like then you have to like start engaging from the get-go, others you will just end up losing pieces because people will remember at some point and then just come after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, yeah, it's it's also, I think 2-3 games before this, Nat, you and I were in like a blitz where 3 out of the 4 of us, it was you, me, and someone else, were playing hyper aggressive. And
Oh yeah, it
finally, it
was
was, I
with
think,
Eduardo. It was a more
yeah,
aggressive
yeah,
player.
and we just went like the board was a mess. It was like splinters of little armies everywhere. And yeah, and like we stayed till the end. I think I
Wow.
think it was you and me at the
I think
end.
you won. Or you
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
played
did.
really well.
But yeah, but I mean, I had nothing. I had like a queen and a bishop. And I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
let's just continue attacking.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
it's
fun.
God.
not like it doesn't work. It's just,
I
it's
think
a
it's like
style that'll, yeah.
totally. I think it's the style. I also think that like it really matters the disposition of the players in that moment. Like you could be a player who's
Mhm.
like usually very like enjoys being aggressive, but if you're having a bad day, then like that can come out a certain way, and the feel of the game can change depending on that. And so
Yeah.
I think it's like interesting to like, I find it really interesting to kind of see where people are at in their heads by how they're playing.
Totally true.
It's like super, super interesting.
Looking about in their heads. So you can like hear the empty whistling in mine.
Let the court hear that you won in very dominant fashion. So none
Yeah,
of
I
us
mean, like
believe that.
literally, like I don't know what you're on
Response.
about.
I got lucky again because I was sort of stuck in a corner for most of it. Do you want to look at this opening though quickly before
Please, let's.
sign up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can click ahead, Madhu, but let me know where I
Yeah,
should
I
be
mean, yeah.
stopping.
So the basic idea is like as of now, what this girl did was to put, the bishop on c10.
Okay.
And then move one of the super pawns. I think that was the whole idea of the opening. Everything else was just protecting other stuff. But the idea was to eventually move the super pawn that's on d9. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I think the only reason she even did all this dance was to make sure that once she moves that super pawn, the other super pawn is protected nicely by like 2 pieces, and then she can play the game. Like this was, I mean, she didn't explain it to me, but then she was just like, oh look, I have this big diagonal here, and now I can just play. Because now you have like open lines for the rook that's on d12 once you move the other bishop.
Right.
The pawn
Yeah.
that's on e9 can just go forward, and now you have the nice triangle there, which is
Right.
protecting a lot of things. So like dances aside, like the overall idea of moving one super pawn and playing around that, I thought was really interesting. Like at least as a beginning setup. It doesn't look particularly normal, but I think it does a pretty good job. And also, as you were saying earlier, Sabrina, like there's a lot of pieces that can be pretty mobile here. Like you don't need to do too much work to, set up an attack on somebody. So
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was super interesting. Only thing is there's high risk, obviously. One of your super pawns is in, it's out. So there is obviously an element of risk. Like if you make one positional error, you can just lose your rook. If you don't look at the opposite side of the board, like a lot can happen. But otherwise, it is super interesting.
Well,
Like
but
there's a lot to do.
I feel like I've definitely played games where like we don't move the super pawns, and then it's like kind of actually comedic how only the super pawns are left and everything
there's
else is
nothing
like
else.
taken away. So it's
Yeah.
like interesting because I mean obviously fully behind the defensive and like the defensive structure and all of that, but this is I'm particularly biased towards it because it's something I've thought about before, but I've never quite been so brave as a kid to do that.
Yeah, look, and also it is to be said that for almost every new player, like let's assume you've never seen a game of Quaternity before, and if you're confronted with this board, you're probably going to move a super pawn first. That's what I did. I was like, why are they diagonal? Ting.
Totally.
Because it's just like a thing you do. I mean, you figure out what's like good and bad about it as you keep playing. But I think this was just, this is like the second or like third game all these kids were playing.
Totally.
And they were like, you know what? Those 2 pawns don't look normal. We're going to move them. And I thought it was kind of cool how an opening like built itself around it. It's cool.
This is very cool. Very organic. Very,
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. Also, it really, really helped your game too. Like,
That's true.
it really helped your game. This is a really smart. I mean, it's obviously, like you said, I think you said everything you have to say about it, but I really liked it. It made for a very interesting play.
Yeah, I'm going to put this into like the study board and actually see
Totally.
like what other interesting things can be done with this like root concept of pawn there. Like pawn there and then bishop behind it. Maybe there's some like interesting stuff we can do.
Totally.
That's what studying is for. So
Yeah, our cute little study board here. I don't have too much else to say, guys. I don't know.
Me neither. Thank y'all for the game. This was
Great.
fascinating.
yeah, yeah.
Stop sharing for a moment. Hi again.
Greetings.
I guess that's it for now. I don't think we have any. Do we have any other big Quaternity announcements that we need to make, Priyanka?
Just that we're still on Discord and you should come find us there. And we're still on Instagram,
Yeah, Daily
we're still on
Game.
Facebook
Join
and
us.
Twitter. We're practically anywhere you can find us. So please come and say hi. Please come and connect with us. We're always here and we'd love to talk with you and come play with us. All 4 of us are on Discord and we'd love to see you.
Yeah, literally us.
Yeah. Those
All right,
on
well,
camera.
thanks so much for watching and thanks for joining, guys. We'll see you next time.
This was awesome. Thanks, y'all. See you soon.
Thank you.